Arizona. Oz and I have a couple days off, so we're gonna go camping. And as you can see, Luna is here with us. So we're headed out to the Dairy Springs Campground. It is in the Coconino National Forest. And one of the things that's really cool on the route out to Flagstaff, which is kind of in the area where we're gonna be, is that there are a lot of little free libraries along the way in some really cool locations. And I also found a really cool bookstore in Flagstaff that I'm hoping to check out on the trip. So I thought that we would just do a little video showing you our road trip and the little free libraries we stop at. I brought a bunch of books to unhaul. So we're gonna be stopping in these little free libraries and dropping off books along the way. And then hopefully we'll hit up the bookstore in Flagstaff either today or tomorrow, depending on what time we get into town. So enjoy the trip, the views, and the stops along the way with us. We're out in Kingman, Arizona, and this is a little free library at the visitor center here. Nothing that we're gonna take, but I dropped off a couple books to add to their collection. So we're at our second stop in Kingman. This is Charlie's Place. It is a little free library designed on a wishing wall, and they have this whole setup here and some tubs down here with extra books. We're gonna drop off a couple books today. I have the Geographer's Library and Trust Exercises. We did chat with the owner's family a little bit, and they said that he has a ton more books as well. So if you're looking for anything specific, you can always ask. But we're gonna drop these off. So we'll pop these out, and I think I'm gonna take a book. There's Age of Vice by Deepti, Kapoor. I've been wanting to read this one. So we're gonna leave these two. We'll take this one. Let's see what they have in here. So it looks like those ones are young adult and then kids books over there. So a nice little stop. So we are about an hour and a half into our drive, and we have stopped at two little free libraries in Kingman, Arizona. We found a book at the second one, which was exciting. And now we are gonna be on a stretch of road where there are no real big towns or anything for a while. I think our next planned stop is in Williams, Arizona. There is one or two little free libraries over there. And because it's a really small town, I usually like to make sure I stop there and bring them some contemporary books, because I find the small town ones are kind of hit and miss. Sometimes you get some really good small town ones where people are like really interested in providing contemporary books, but a lot of the little small town ones, I feel like they just get a lot of the serialized stuff, and so I like to bring some of my contemporary stuff. And this one in particular in Williams, I always like to stop there. It's a cute little town, and there's a really good pie shop there, so sometimes we stop and get a slice of pie as well. And it's a cute little town to walk around in. It's a good stopping point. From there, it's another couple hours out to Flagstaff, and we actually have to go for the area that we're camping, like a little south of Flagstaff. So we'll stretch our legs a little bit in Williams and then kind of mosey along. We are in Williams, Arizona. This is a small town on the way out to Flagstaff. This is also a common stopping ground if you're headed up to the Grand Canyon. There is this little free library here in town. We've stopped here once or twice before, and I always try to bring them a couple books. So I have Ill Will by Dan Chown. This is actually a signed copy. And then I have Richest Girl in the World, The Extravagant Life and Fast Times of Doris Duke. We'll leave those here. See if there's... Oh, there are yellow jackets inside of this little free library. Not gonna stick my hand in there too much. Do not feel like getting stung. Where are we? Williams? We are in Williams, Arizona. This is a small town on the way out to Flagstaff. This is also a common stopping ground if you're headed up to the Grand Canyon. There is this little free library here in town. We've stopped here once or twice before, and I always try to bring them a couple books. So I have Ill Will by Dan Chown. This is actually a signed copy. And then I have Richest Girl in the World, The Extravagant Life and Fast Times of Doris Duke. We'll leave those here. See if there's... Oh, there are yellow jackets inside of this little free library. Not gonna stick my hand in there too much. Do not feel like getting stung. You can see the nest there. So maybe we won't explore this one so much today. So kind of a bummer that the little free library here in Williams has been taken over by wasps. I saw one or two buzzing around before I opened it, but then when I opened it and saw the hive, I was like, I definitely don't want to stick my hands in there because wasps are super aggressive. So we kept the 2 books I was going to donate, and we'll save it. There's another little free library just down the road that's called the Little Free Library on the Prairie, and it is a little bit of an off-roading trek to get there. We found it by accident once. I looked up the little free libraries on the map, and I saw this little free library just like out in the middle of nowhere, and Oz and I went to find it, and it was quite the adventure. We are in a rental car right now because Oz's car is in the shop, so we don't have an SUV with high clearance at the moment, so we're gonna see if we can make it out there. I think we should be able to because the roads are graded even though they're dirt, but our stop in Williams was still successful. As you'll see in some of my clips, there is a awesome pie shop here with some really beautiful pies, particularly the cream pies. So Oz got a slice of coconut cream pie, and I got a slice of double butterscotch cream pie. So we're gonna enjoy these while we mosey on down the road to the Little Free Library on the Prairie, just waiting for Oz. And here he is now. Out on the prairie. We're kind of on our way to Flagstaff. I want to say this is maybe 20-30 minutes outside of Flagstaff. This is the little free library that we found by accident this one time. It's down a long dirt road, but the dirt road is pretty well maintained. Last time we were here, this was like a wooden bookshelf with a plastic cover, but this person has gotten really creative and literally taken a refrigerator and stuck it in their little free library. I think that's because last time we were here, the books were all water damaged, and so you could tell it just wasn't sealing well enough from the water. So let's take a look. Yep, all the books are hidden inside of the refrigerator. So these are the books I'm dropping off. A signed copy of Dan Chown's Ill Will, and then The Richest Girl in the World. I was gonna leave these in Williams, but you know, we saw the hive. And oh, this has really got some good books in here. Night Circus is excellent. Fates and Furies, I have this at home. I want to read soon. I think Bone Orchard I've heard of before. And I think I'm going to take The Rose Code. I like Kate Quinn. I've read a couple of her books, but I haven't read this one. All right, we have visited the Little Free Library refrigerator on the prairie. I am actually really impressed with the ingenuity of taking a refrigerator and fitting it into a wooden stand and balancing it on one single piece of wood and then filling it with books. This is probably like the most ingenious thing I think I've ever seen in terms of little free libraries. I guess it's because of all the weather they get out here. Like I said in my previous clip, I think they get a lot of rain and snow and stuff in the winter. And so what a good way to protect the books. But we're both like very amused by the refrigerator on the prairie. And this person that owns this little free library, on her information about her little free library, it says that she used to be a teacher and she just wants to share the books that she has on her shelves. So last time I was here, I picked up the Alice Network by Kate Quinn. This time I picked up the Rose Code by Kate Quinn, and we left a couple books and enjoyed the structure holding up the refrigerator. Took some pictures.
Turn left onto North Parks Road, then turn left to merge onto I-40 East toward Flagstaff.
Now it's a little bit later in the afternoon, so we're gonna actually just head straight to the campgrounds from here. We have probably about 45 minutes till we get there. Then we're gonna set up camp for the night. I have some Wagyu beef burgers that we're gonna make for dinner. And
in a quarter mile, turn left to merge onto I-40 East toward Flagstaff.
And we're gonna enjoy our evening at our campgrounds, get some reading in, and then tomorrow when we leave the campground, we'll head to the bookstore in Flagstaff, maybe check out a couple little free libraries along the way home, and just kind of do the same thing we did today. We came down from Coconino Forest where we camped last night, and Munds Park has 7 little free libraries, so we thought we would stop by and check them out, leaving some books. This one's really cool because we have like an adult library, a kids library, and then there is a dog library down here, which is so adorable. Library number 3 in Munds Park, dropping off a book. For kids books too, which I like. Little free library number 4 in Munds Park. We're dropping off another book. That's in there. Magazines in here. Cool deal. Love seeing so many little free libraries in one community. Little free library, I think number 5 in Munds Park. I'm losing count. Okay, nothing I'm gonna take, but I'm gonna leave a book. Little free library number 6 in Munds Park. I'm gonna leave Deacon King Kong for them. Oh, there's some contemporary stuff in here. And our last little free library in Munds Park. That's all 7 of them. So we're gonna leave a book. Oh nice, they have like a little stamp so you can stamp the inside of the books. And a little light. Some books in there. So leave that book with them and be on our way. So we are in Flagstaff and we found a bookstore called Brightside Bookshop. And you know I can't resist a good bookstore, so we're gonna go in and check it out. And maybe I'll pick up a few releases that I haven't read yet. kid. She's passed out back here somewhere. And we're now on our way home from Flagstaff to Las Vegas. We did get to make a stop in Flagstaff at a really cool bookshop, and of course that means that I bought a handful of books. I tried to keep it under control, but I did end up picking up some of the books that I've been eyeballing for a while. So the first one that I got was The God of Good Looks by Breanne McIvor. This is set in Trinidad, and it is about two people in the beauty industry and some conflicts and things that come up with them. I love the cover of this book. I think it's so pretty, and I haven't heard a ton of feedback on this, but I remember reading about this when it was due to come out and thinking it sounded really interesting. I finally picked up The Bandit Queens by Parini Shroff. This is one that I've been debating about for a while. I wasn't sure if I was going to get it or not, but then I saw a review from Books saying that she really enjoyed it, and so that kind of finally pushed me to go ahead and buy it. Then I got Hula by Jasmin, Iolani, Hakes. This is a book set in Hawaii, and this was one that I applied for an ARC of on NetGalley and unfortunately got rejected. It sounded really interesting, and I kind of honestly forgot about it for a while, but when I was in the bookstore scanning the shelves, I saw this one, and it had a staff recommendation that was really compelling, so I decided to go ahead and pick this up. And then I picked up Hula by Colin Walsh. This is a thriller set in Ireland. It's one I've been wanting to read for quite a while, and it sounds really interesting. I love thrillers that are a little bit more reflective, and I feel like this is going to be that. And finally, I picked up Bad Cree by Jessica Johns. This was recommended by two different staff members within the bookshop, and both of them had really compelling reasons for picking it up. This is also a book that I have heard good things about on BookTube and Bookstagram, and have been wanting to read for a while. So I'm very excited about my 5 purchases there. I'm glad that I was able to keep it under control and only come home with 5 new books, aside from what I picked up from the little free libraries. So pretty successful weekend. We off-hauled a bunch. We brought home a few more, but we still off-hauled more books than what we brought home. So I think Oz is happy with that, right? So I hope that you enjoyed getting to see our adventures, the little free library, our camping, and our little trip around Flagstaff, and I hope that you've had a good weekend as well. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up, comment down below, and let me know, what would your ideal book-related road trip be? Would you go visit libraries? Would you go see little free libraries, bookstores? Is there anywhere that you've thought about visiting on a trip before? And if you're not already subscribed